Fool got drunk, shut that door. Poor black Mattie told her close that door. Fool got drunk, told her close that door. Alright, my name is Delta Lou, and today we're going to be discussing the music of R.L. Burnside. Today's piece will be Poor Black Mattie, one of his most famous numbers, and it's personally one of my favorite songs of all time. Now, R.L. Burnside's particular repertoire comes from the Mississippi Hill County, and it's characterized by very simplistic riffs, but when you listen to them and when you try to play them, they can be fairly complicated as far as arrangement and timing and so forth. That's why I wanted to take this time to conduct this lesson. It's going to be as much time as I need here to explain it in detail, and what I'm going to have is the tablature available on my website for you to follow along. But I'm going to discuss this song from front to finish, and I'm going to break it down as easily as possible for you to understand. I've seen what's out there on YouTube as far as lessons regarding this song, and I feel that I can convey this particular song in an easier fashion, because from what I've been watching on YouTube, it's just like I just can't really follow along. So I've been studying this song for quite a few years, and I think that I have it at a point where it's pretty close to the original recording. At least I can take this time to explain to you what's going on, the theory of the song, its tuning, and the components that are going into it. So what we're going to do here is, before we get started, this song is played in open G tuning. And when I first checked, it's really an open G tuning from the LP. So what we have to do is we got to tune to each other, tune our guitars to each other. The top string is going to be the D string. My fifth string is going to be the G. My fourth string is going to be a D. My third string is going to be a G. My second string is going to be a B. And my bottom string is going to be a D. And all together is going to sound like this. Okay, so open G tuning it is. So what you'll find with R.L. Burnside's music is that he plays a lot of his songs aren't in open G tuning. I would say a majority of them are, probably 70%, but he did play some tunes in open D tuning, or vestibule tuning, and some in E standard at a very down-tuned tuning, which I discussed in another video of mine, the Nightmare Blues song, which I broke down his arrangement in E standard. But today we're going to be talking about this particular composition, which is utilizing a lot of the same licks that carries over into his other songs. Now this song it's very difficult to learn, but once you get the system, it will click and you will just go and keep it on loop. It will be a nice cycle for you. So what I want to do in this lesson is to make it as simple as possible so anybody can learn it. Anybody even new to the blues. So we've tuned our guitar to each other. And I always like to go over accessories. Now I play with plastic finger picks. I play with a thumb pick, index finger pick, and a middle finger pick, all plastic. When you're playing with a guitar, never ever play with metal picks. This is not what I recommend. Now, if you don't have these particular picks, that's okay. I play in a traditional blues finger picking style. So if you're watching this video, there is an expectation for you to already be familiar with some of the basic components of finger picking. I'm not going to reiterate and go into detail about finger picking, but they will make some kind of appearance into this lesson. Some of the concepts will go into it. As far as guitar goes, you can play it on an acoustic guitar. The best kind of guitar to play R.L. Burnside's music is electric, and just put the volume up on the amplifier and just rock it. Once you get this song together, plug it up, plug in to the amp and rock it on the guitar. That's where it sounds the best. So, alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the main riff in the entire song. And once you get this riff, it repeats itself quite often throughout for the duration of the song. And we're going to go over here step by step. So what I want you to do is on the right hand, I always have my thumb positioned over the 5th string. The right hand is draped across the guitar diagonally like this. The palm of the right hand rests like this. The cusp of the right palm, thumb, rests over the thumb. And the thumb is going to be dictating the bass notes, helping you in this arrangement. So, the index fingers will play your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings, and so you'll have this. The thumb will need to pulsate above the 5th string, and this position there is very rudimentary in the composition of this song. The middle finger and index finger will play these licks that are going to appear in the song. So I'm not going to reiterate and stress the importance of the right hand picking techniques. This takes too much time to express, so I'm going to just jump right to the riff. You know, I'm expecting more experienced players here as we conduct this lesson. So ultimately, in this first measure, and if you have the tablature, it's available on my website, print it out. This first measure, we're going to be looking at altogether 6 notes. We're going to be looking at 6 notes right here, and they're going to be rudimentary in conducting the riff. And the 6 notes are going to go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the 6 notes that I will be talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I wanted to stress the importance of that. So what we're doing here in this 6 notes, the first note in this riff is going to be the open string on the 5th string. That's the first note. And the next 2 notes to come are going to be dead palm mute strums that will be hovering on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings open. You'll have 2 palm muted strums. dead notes, which will sound like this. The palm of my hand is muffling out the strings, and you're just doing this. And I'll play it here, the first three notes. 1, 2, 3. The palm of your hand, the palm of your right hand, is going to muffle out the strings right after you play this open string on the 5th string, and then you're going to play 2 notes muffled. 1, 2, 3. You don't want to ring out these dead notes at all. And I'm going to play it a little bit slower. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And earlier I reiterated the importance of the position of the right hand. Right now maybe it's not coming into clarity for you, but it will. And trust me on this, the position of the right hand is key. What did I talk about? The thumb always being positioned on the 5th string. It will be your dictation of the bass note. The palm is going to be responsible for palm muting of the guitar. Right? So the first 3 notes are like that, and then you're going to play the 3rd fret 5th string. You're going to finger that. This is probably the most important note in the whole song, because this is where the riff comes from. Alright? I'm just putting that into application there. I will explain it. So the first 3 notes I discussed were this: open, palm mute, 2, 3, and the 4th note is going to be this 3rd fret 5th string. So the first 4 notes will go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what I want you to do is an exercise, just playing those 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And keep going in a loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And make that an exercise. Now what you have to get good at is how you pressure the palm mute. You want to do it so you're not really clutching the guitar and totally choking out the strings. You want to create the kind of sound where it sounds good. The palm muting is going to be like this, taking the place of like a percussive accompaniment. It's the way that the right hand brings about this kind of percussive element into the song, builds it into the riff. So we discussed the first 4 notes, so it'll be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6. which is again the palm muting, which I discussed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, those are the first 6 notes. Make that a practice habit. And when you palm mute, you want to facilitate it as an accent. You want to accentuate the palm muting and build it into a riff. And you have to fashion it and design it in a way, in its application, so that it sounds good and it sounds harmonious. You don't want to choke out the strings completely. That's the ingenuity of the song, is that he's taking this bass and percussive component and incorporating it all into this ingenious guitar riff. That's why some of R.L. Burnside's music is so, it's awesome, it's simple, but it's freaking complicated. So this is something on your own that you will take with practice. So I've discussed the first 6 notes, right? And after the 6 notes, he'll go back to the open string on the 5th string. So starting with the first 6 notes, it'll be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the 7th note is going to be the open string again. Okay, and that 7th note, when it's open, you palm mute for this 8th note coming up. You palm mute 1 downstroke downwards. So the first 8 notes will sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And those are the first 8 notes, which is still in the pattern of the riff. You're still in that same design. Now where he differentiates here, now what happens here is he incorporates the lick that comes about on the 1st and 2nd strings, and this is the kind of other chunk of the riff. Okay? And in this style, Mississippi Hill County style, a lot of these players like John Lee Hooker, Mississippi Fred McDowell, R.L. Burnside, what they're doing is this very characteristic, even Big Joe Williams, what they're doing is this very characteristic blues lick. So with my index finger, I'm plumbing up, and what I'm doing is I'm locating the 1st and 2nd string on the 3rd fret, and I'm fingering both of them, and I'm index fingers plucking upward. And when you slide from the 2nd and 3rd fret, you get this component. This is a very typical blues riff of this style of music in this region. You see it a lot in John Lee Hooker's music, like hobo blues. When I was hoboing, I was away from home. You know what I mean? It incorporates itself a lot. So he's, you know, he's sampling from the flavor of that region. And this is where it comes into the song. It'll be like this. playing that a little bit faster, but I'm just showing you where that gets incorporated into this riff. So when we talked about the first 8 notes, which go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8th note being this downstroke palm mute, if you're following along with the tablature. What he'll do next is he's going to do this hammer-on lick that starts at the 1st fret, kind of 2nd and 1st string. You're going to be fingering with your left hand the 1st and 2nd strings on the 1st fret, and your index finger is going to be striking the 2nd string. And this is what you're going to do. You're gonna strike the 2nd string with the index finger, and with your left hand, the 1st and 2nd string positioned, you are going to strike, and you're going to make your ascent to the 3rd fret. So it's going to be like a pull-off hammer-on. Strike. So you're striking with the index finger to the 2nd string, and you're fingering the 1st and 2nd strings on the 1st fret, and you're going to maintain this fingering and slide your fingers to the 3rd fret. So we go like this: strike. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And with the 4th note, you strike with the index finger the 1st and 2nd string together. So you're going to be striking twice here with the index finger. The first time that you pluck the 2nd string, it's going to take care of 3 notes. So it'd be like this. You're fingering the 1st fret, 1st and 2nd string, and you strike with the index finger on the 2nd string. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. At the 4th, you strike. And that's when you put the riff together. That's what it sounds like. So I'm going to go here pretty slow now, taking into account everything. There's 12 notes in this first measure. I'm sure you have the tablature printed out and you're following along. So it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that's where it gets tricky when you incorporate that riff. So I'll go slow again from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that will be kind of tricky, but if you go fast, eventually when you learn it piece by piece, you want to speed it up a little bit and get it on this loop. So we'll go like this. And that's eventually what you want to work yourself into. Now, what I discussed earlier is that in these palm mutings, you want to keep them accentuated. You're building this percussive component into the riff. That's the ingenuity of R.L. Burnside's music. That's why it's so complicated to play. That's why I wanted to take this time to simplify it as easy as possible, so that maybe that you can understand something about it. So that's the riff. And I'll go a little bit slower here. Now, I've heard some versions of R.L. Burnside where he's actually playing the, what I talked about here, fretting the 5th string and the 3rd fret. He plays it twice, so it'll be like this. 1, 2, 3. I've heard some arrangements, or I've seen some videos where he's playing that note twice. If you listen along, you'll be able to pick that up as well. So, that beginning of the song is, he plays that riff. Now, he's incorporating this lick when he's not singing. And if you listen to the song, when he's singing the lyrics, this doesn't show up anymore. He actually does something else when he's singing that, and that's very difficult to play along with. So I'll give you an example. I'll play some of this song, and then I'll start singing, and you'll notice that this component disappears entirely when he's singing. So I'll play a little bit. Poor black Mattie got chained up clothes. Fool got drunk, shut that door. Poor black Mattie told her to close that door. Fool got drunk, told her to close that door. You know what I mean? He's not playing that component when he's singing. And this is the next portion that we're going to go over. So in the portion where he's singing the song, he positions. He's going to be playing pretty much what we learned, but he's going to be positioning his index finger on the 1st fret, 2nd string, and it's basically going to serve as like a placeholder as he's singing the song. And if you watch videos of R.L. Burnside, that's exactly where his hand remains stationary. This finger remains stationary at the 2nd string, 1st fret. And he's playing the song. Poor black Mattie got chained up clothes. Fool got drunk, shut that door. Poor black Mattie. And my theory on this is that he's playing a lick that's really, it's like a placeholder. It's like a dead note. You don't really hear it. What he's emphasizing is the riff when he's singing it. So in this first measure of Poor Black Mattie, this part will be the riff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And instead of this component, what he's going to do is he's going to play this lick, this pull-off, which is going to consist of 4 notes. It'll be like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's basically like a ghost note. It's like a dead note that you barely hear it, and it's used as a placeholder in his song. So it'll be like this: poor black Mattie got chain up closed, fool got drunk, shut that door, poor black Mattie. Alright, and I'm playing that just to give you an indication of where that's going to come into place. So in the part where he says change your clothes, it's going to sound like this. And it's going to be a little bit difficult to explain here, but in this song he says, poor black Mattie got chain of clothes, fool got drunk. Okay, I'm going to try my best to explain it. So in this song, he's building into the verse, poor black Mattie got chain of clothes. Alright, so when he gets to this portion, chain of clothes, he's playing this pull-off lick. If you look at the tablature, you'll see that initially in this riff I talked about the first 8 notes, which go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and instead of this you're gonna do this. And this lick is a combination of 4 notes. So you're gonna play the second string, you're gonna pull it off. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And you're gonna locate the second string on the first fret, and with the index finger you're gonna click, pluck that, and you're gonna pull off to make your second note. So 1, 2, and then play the third string open. 1, 2, 3, and then you end with the palm mute on the 5th string. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And when you put it together, it'll be like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm gonna go real slow now, all 12 notes, real slow. That's how it goes when you play it faster. I'm going to play it a little bit semi-fast now. And this is where he sings the song. Poor black Mattie got chain up closed, fool got drunk, shut that door. Poor black Mattie told her shut that door. Fool got drunk, told that dog. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So this is the component of the song where he's singing. This is where I emphasize that it being a dead note. Poor black man of God, chain of clothes, fool got drunk. And when you hear it in the song, you can barely hear this note. You don't want to accentuate that portion of the riff. What you want to accentuate is the other part of the riff. Okay, so that represents the core components of the riff, and that's part one of this session. So we will continue with part two on another day.